This is the fifth video in a series studying the 101 laws of the Success Mindset Code. In this video, we're going to address the fifth law, the Law of Proactivity. When we talk about becoming more prosperous later in life, the first truth we must confront is this: nothing changes unless you do. Many people spend years waiting for circumstances to improve, for the economy to shift, for their company to notice them, for their debt to somehow disappear, or for motivation to magically appear one morning. But the law of proactivity teaches that success begins the moment you stop waiting and start acting. Being proactive is taking responsibility for the direction of your life and your financial future. It means you are no longer drifting with the tide. You become the captain of your ship. Think about this carefully. Life has already taught you that luck is inconsistent. While younger people often have time to waste, those in a more mature stage of life understand that time is the most precious resource they possess, and yet, this awareness only becomes powerful when turned into consistent action. Proactivity is not about reacting to problems. It is about acting before they become emergencies. It is about planting seeds before hunger, building before the storm, and preparing while others are sleeping. Imagine a professional named Robert. He noticed that his company's revenue was declining. Instead of waiting for someone to fix the problem, he studied market behaviors, improved client communication, reached out to new leads, and trained his team differently. People around him were complaining. He was acting. And within months, his results spoke louder than opinions. He became visible. He became valuable. But above all, he proved an essential truth: the marketplace rewards initiative. Now imagine Emily, a colleague of Robert. She noticed the same decline, but she waited. She blamed the economy, the customers, the season. She assumed leadership would eventually fix everything. She preferred comfort over responsibility. And while she waited, opportunities passed, doors closed, and more proactive colleagues rose. Proactivity is not only about what you gain, it's about what you avoid losing. Financial transformation and maturity requires the same posture. When you are proactive with money, you do not wait for debt collectors to call. You renegotiate. You do not wait for promotions. You develop skills to earn more. You do not wait for crises. You build emergency funds, diversify income, create side businesses, and invest in your education. Being proactive means refusing to be a spectator in the arena of your own life. There is another dimension to proactivity: clarity. You cannot act with strength if you don't know where you're going. Clear goals give you something to chase. Without clarity, you stay busy but not productive. You spend, but you don't build. You work hard, but you don't progress. When you know what you want, financial freedom, security, the ability to support your family, peace of mind, you instantly become more selective with decisions, habits, relationships, and opportunities. One of the biggest traps for adults in this phase of life is emotional procrastination. This happens when feelings of regret, shame, or fear immobilize action. Maybe you regret past debts. Maybe you feel embarrassed about not being further ahead. Maybe you fear failing again. But the truth is simple. The longer you avoid action, the heavier the burden becomes. Proactivity dissolves emotional weight because doing something, anything, creates momentum, and momentum creates confidence. There is also great power in anticipating problems. Think about how many financial disasters you have seen happen simply because someone ignored warning signs. The proactive person spots risk early: rising expenses, declining income, unhealthy spending patterns, unsustainable lifestyles, the illusion of status. They adapt before collapse. They take responsibility instead of blaming. They pivot instead of freezing. Do not underestimate small proactive actions. They compound. Cutting unnecessary expenses, reading one financial book per month, building a network of growth-minded people, starting a small investment plan, learning a new skill. None of these actions are dramatic, but combined consistently, they build powerful transformation. Being proactive also means developing a mindset of opportunity. When a mature person begins to see possibilities where others see disaster, life changes, economic recessions, job shifts, technological disruption. These events have created fortunes for those who acted early. Remember, wealth flows toward those who are prepared, not toward those who complain. Financial proactivity also demands discipline. It is not enough to act once. Consistency is the bridge between intention and results. Many people start a new habit with passion and abandon it at the first sign of discomfort. But adults who transform financially master the art of doing what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. That is maturity. That is power. Ask yourself, are you living by design or by default? Are you directing your money, or is your money directing you? Are you investing in your future self or repeating old habits? The law of proactivity forces you to confront these uncomfortable questions because they reveal the true cause of your financial reality. Your environment matters too. Be careful with voices of scarcity. Some people discourage action not because they want to protect you, but because your growth threatens their comfort. Proactive individuals intentionally build an environment that supports their goals. This includes mentors, books, courses, professional communities, and supportive relationships. And of course, proactivity requires courage. It means making phone calls you don't want to make, declining invitations that drain your budget, learning skills that feel difficult, admitting mistakes, correcting course, facing numbers, negotiating debts, and designing a future nobody else will build for you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action despite fear. Today, ask yourself, what opportunities am I missing because I keep waiting? What financial habits are silently destroying my peace? What conversations must I have? What debts must I renegotiate? What skills must I learn? What toxic influences must I distance myself from? The answers to these questions determine your wealth far more than any external circumstance ever will. Proactivity is a daily commitment. It is choosing today over someday. It is saying no to excuses and yes to possibilities. It is understanding that while you cannot control everything, you can always control whether you act. And when you act consistently, life begins to respect you. Opportunities begin to recognize you. Wealth begins to notice you. Remember, financial prosperity does not begin with money. It begins with responsibility. When you take responsibility for your actions, time, decisions, and habits, you become unstoppable. You are no longer a victim of the market, the government, the past, or chance. You become the architect of your future. So decide today to be proactive. Pick one action and execute it immediately. Because nothing changes until you do. And when you do, everything changes. Did you enjoy what you heard and want to dive even deeper into the topic? The link in the first comment below will take you straight to the next level. And if this video made a difference for you, give back by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing with the bell on.